Hello, my name is Wangashi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm with Ashley, one of my very good students, very focused in baking and in life, and she wants to further her business.
So my name is Ashley. I am the proud owner of Crumbs and Cravings, an upcoming bakery. Yeah, so today I'm here to ask wedding questions about weddings that first-time bakers would have, because I have a lot of questions. So I thought, why not? So yeah, I hope we'll be able to cover all the questions that you guys have. So yeah.
Or basically as much as you can, we can.
Yeah.
So she'll be asking me questions. I'll answer as best as I can.
From my experience, like the first thing, of course, someone will ask you if they want a wedding cake. Like, so I am feeding this number of people. What cake? Like, how big should the cake be, and how much is it going to be? So, how do you calculate like kgs to a certain number of people? Like, how many kgs will serve how many people? Yeah.
Okay. With that one, it's extremely hard, because if you put it this way, during a birthday, you know how that, like, when you go to Naivas, a supermarket, when you buy an 8-inch cake, it usually has like 8-inch 1 kg.
Yeah.
The circle usually has 8 cuttings.
Yeah.
So technically a 1 kg can feed 8 to 12, but that's those big slices. If you were cutting smaller, it could go to 20, 25 or more. But at the same time, that's if you're using that circular method to cut. The diagonal one.
Yeah.
If you're cutting this new way people are cutting, then that means it would serve more people. So
what's like a safe number?
I would always go with maximum for 1 kg. I would say maximum, maybe 25 or 30 at best.
Wow.
Because I know a 6-inch can do 15 slices. If you cut the one for heavy.
This one has been going.
The new one,
yeah.
You can get 15. So 8-inch would get maybe 10 more.
So if you get someone who wants to be like a generous host.
But now remember, it's never the bride who's cutting or the baker.
Okay.
So even if I know a 1/2-inch will feed, a 6-inch will feed 15, the cake matron or whoever is slicing up doesn't have the same thought process me and you have. If we've discussed if it's cut like this, if she cuts badly, or if she cuts, you know how as Kenyans we have that habit for
nitabebea
wachani bebe mtoto wangu akuja mama nani ameenda kwa nini. So they take more than you expected them to take. So what happens, it's never extreme. Like, we can always say if 100 guests are coming, 150, 200, 10 kgs would be enough. And genuinely it's enough. It might end up being way too much, or not even feed half the guests because of how it was cut. So yeah, so on the safe side I would say maybe 1 kg you count it with 15 people.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean 2 kg is 30 people, because the cake is bigger by only weight but not inches. It's not double. An 8-inch, you've got it.
Okay, yeah. Like, thinking about it, logically.
Diameter wise, it's not double the size. So as much as an 8-inch might feed 20 people, a 10-inch doesn't guarantee it will feed 40. It might feed like only 10 more.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the only thing I'd say is if it's 100 guests, a range of between 100 and 150 is a range of between 7 and 10 kgs. 7 being the least I'd go for.
Okay.
5 being...
Okay, that's new.
5 is those, those like peremendes. It's like popcorn. That's what I'd think. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't be me or the bride cutting.
Okay, yeah.
Unless now...
You give them like strict instructions. So when the cake is being cut, are you normally there?
If and only if, because me, I'm an introvert. Maybe if the bride had asked me beforehand to help with the cutting, then yes. But then I'd also tell the matron
that
if I notice who the matron is, or if she calls for me, that I was told to help you with the cutting. Because some call for you, some don't. Some don't even want you to touch that cake.
Yeah.
So if the bride informed me, but if the bride does tell me, I do tell her to tell whoever the matron will be, I'd like the person who brought the cake to help with the cutting. Because some matrons don't want you to do anything there.
Okay. And do you like control?
That one is extremely hard. Because once the cutting starts, akina sisemi no ubaya. You know those tiny hands that come from nowhere, pinching the flour, taking the deco. It's very hard to control how it will be. What you can maybe control is if there's cupcakes or those tiny cuttings. Those ones you can. But cutting the main cake, there's really not much you can do.
You just let it go.
You just have to accept.
Okay.
You can try your best. Unless now maybe I've been told it's a 3-tier. The top tier or the bottom tier that's not cut in, and what's it called? Evening party. So then I'd make sure to be there so I can take it off and put it aside.
Okay.
Then the rest do whatever you want to.
Yeah. Makes sense. So you said like estimating. Costing a
wedding cake. That one is a bit tricky. Cause firstly, it's not tricky, but I'd say first get your basics. The same way you'd get for a birthday cake is the same way you'll do for a wedding cake. Your costing for how much the ingredients will cost you. But now weddings have something different. Are you providing the stands yourself? Okay. So you should add that to your cost. Yeah. And then what else? Are you delivering? Like for me, if it's above 20k, it's free delivery. If it's below, I won't deliver. So if it's below 20k,
they have to pay for delivery.
Yeah, and then also, am I accounting for? Remember, you're delivering on a work day. You're still at work, so you have to account for, because that's how Kenyan weddings are.
Yeah.
You're delivering the cake. You're supposed to be there by reception is at 2. You deliver between. Okay, if it's at 2, you have to have set up by like 1:30. You arrived at maybe 12. Okay, that's me who has to be on time. Maybe I got there at 11:30, 12. Yeah. And then I have to stay till when the wedding is over. Make sure the wedding is actually over, not over in my head. Yeah. When now the tents are being put down is when you grabbing your stuff. It's now late. That's a whole day you spent at the venue, which means it's a whole day you couldn't work. So account for that. So with that, I would say, you remember the video for accounting for labor?
Yeah.
How much do you yourself as Ashley think you're worth, or how much do you bill per hour?
Wow.
So if you're at the wedding for 7 hours, how much? If you're charging 500 per hour, so if it's 7 hours, that's 3,500, like that. So you decide. And then now, all that goes into, so if it's 3,500, and let's say before COVID, I had a limit, 10 kg for a wedding cake. So if it's 3,500, that means per kg it's 350.
Yeah.
So if just baking, I was charging 2k for my day, only kg, 1 kg, just for baking. 2k plus 350 for my entire day at your wedding. Yeah. What else do I need? Transport. Okay,
wait. Let's just break it down to let's not get to the setup first.
From start.
Yeah, this is you have just been given what? A cake for 100 people. And you're asked how much is it? How much is it going to cost? Without, of course, when you're doing the final quotation, you'll have to have everything, you have calculated everything. But now, this, a specific...
To come up with how much cake. You're charging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you need when you are... What do you need to consider when you are charging a cake?
What to consider? Airtime.
Yeah, we said time, yeah.
So obviously ingredients, time, and then now the two miscellaneous things for us is, are you the one offering the champagne? Are you the one offering the stands, delivery? What else is necessary? Oh, those like glasses.
Yeah.
Iso.
Yeah.
All of them, once you add them together, you can come up with, like, you remember, okay, you're technically hiring them out for the day to the couple.
Yeah. So even if they're yours?
Yeah, technically they're hiring them.
Okay, yeah.
Sijui nisemeaje.
Yeah, it's true.
Sindio ni kuhire. Technically, yeah. So even if I'm providing them, they're being hired for the day. Because if I had two very similar weddings, I'd have to buy another one for the other couple.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm a high, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay.
So all you'll need to do is, they have said like the 350 per kg for
time
that Saturday only.
Yeah.
So when you add all this, you've decided on how much you want to make profit, all that, you've added them all together. So that's your base price per kg.
So if you're doing 10 kgs, you do times 10.
Yeah, so if you decide my base price is, when you've added everything, inclusive of profit, delivery, everything, your price is coming to 6k per kg. So that's how much you charge. You get, yeah.
So you don't do like, if I'm to do like a kg at, let's just use like the basic amount that guys use, 2,000, 2,200. You don't do like, if you're doing a 10 kg, if you've done your calculation, maybe the person has said I'm feeding 100 people, and you
like
said,
you would a birthday cake.
Yeah,
I think you can, but then if going by how I do my birthday cakes, I don't deliver them, so it's you pick up.
Yeah.
So I can't expect the bride themselves to come pick up,
of course,
the wedding cake.
Yeah.
So that's why I offer the option for, if it's below that like 20k, you can either send someone to pick, or you pay for my transport to and from to bring the cake. That's now up to you. So, if you're doing the birthday cake one, also now, if your birthday cake is 2,200, then you add now the 350. You're now at 2,550.
Yeah. And
then now, if you're going to hire the stands, glasses, maybe that's costing 100 per kg.
Yeah.
So about 2450, 2650.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
2650. I don't know. I feel like there's something else I haven't included.
So when you're calculating, okay, let me give like my example. I was doing a 10 kg cake, so I did like my normal pricing for a kg with frosting times 10, and then now I started adding these other things like table setup. I'm doing this much, stands. I'm going to hire this much. So like eventually, like everything will be included. But so when you are doing like your calculation, you get what I mean.
So what I would do in such an instance, because I'm also assuming when I said what I said previously, I'm providing as stands is what I usually have. Yeah. But then maybe you don't like any of my things. So what I would always say is, instead of breaking it down for the client, like cake inihi, our cake is this price, setup is this price, ABCD is this price. Yeah. Instead of doing that, just add it for yourself. The same way you don't break down for a birthday cake, unless now it's toppers, you're telling them topper is an extra. Yeah. So once you've come up with your price, you can always, when you're telling them, but every price is subject to go up depending on what you want. Because, say I'm doing a naked cake. Yeah. She's chosen a cake I've done previously, but I did this one with white roses, but you want orchids or peonies. Of course. They don't cost the same as yours. Yeah. So your price won't be the same as Nani's price. Okay. Maybe her price was also higher because of her, like what's in the cake. If inside the cake there's something expensive and you just want a basic vanilla cake, yours will be probably cheaper than hers. Of course. So, okay. So instead of breaking it down to the client, you sit down, the way you do your birthday cakes, just tell yourself, because the thing I learned about like delivery, for me to say it's free delivery for above like 20k, it's the same way this was told to me by my dad. Just look at like from where you stay to the farthest place you've possibly gone inside your county. How much is it transport-wise?
Okay.
Because obviously with a cake you can't go by mat.
Of course.
So just check how much is it. Okay, now we have Ubers. Uber-wise, all the way and coming back. So if you're offering that for free to go take it, how much do you need to spend to not incur loss to the point where nikikwambia, when I tell you it's free to deliver,
that means the calculation is ready.
Like whether the Uber goes up or is not less,
okay,
it will never affect me at all.
Yeah.
So you think of it like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And be sure when you're doing that quotation, make sure when they say Nairobi, ni Nairobi.
Or not Nairobi, like in between.
So stay Syokimau.
Yeah.
Syokimau ni hapa tu. But you might stay in Syokimau, but not Syokimau apo on the road.
Yeah.
New car. Where there are no cabs coming back. So what happens then? The guy who takes you refuses to fikisha you because it's more expensive than you thought, or the road is bad. Such things. So now hadi nimeamend contract. Nikisema Nairobi ni Nairobi na si outskirts.
So do you do outskirts?
No, there you pay extra.
Okay. Okay, fine. So just in conclusion, when you're doing costing, costing is actually quotation, right? Like it's just that you're doing, like when you're writing, when the client asks for a quotation, that's what costing is.
When they ask for a quotation, so first thing I would always say is you sit down, the way you sat down and did your calculation for a birthday cake, or 1 kg, just do the same thing. So you always have your base price. But then, if my base price for whipping cream or buttercream cake is 4,500 or 6k, and for fondant is 7k per kg, but then it could be 7k per kg, but this person wants a very, very detailed fondant cake. It can't be 7k still. It will go up. So you can always tell that my starting price is 3,000 per kg, but it's subject to change depending on your design. So please send me your design or what you have in mind. Angalie, aone. Because sometimes someone wants something so detailed, but they're willing to change.
Yeah, because of the cost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes someone wants something so simple, and then they end up with a more detailed thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're writing up the quotation, do you make it in a table or like as a table? Like do you tabulate
No, when I'm sending a quotation. Yeah.
Oh, and it's a bit more professional, so to say.
And also it's easier for you to refer
someone.
Like let's say, if I have the quotation, because sometimes, most times, someone asks today, they're just looking for a price, and maybe they're not just asking me. Maybe they've called 10 other bakers. Yeah. So they need my quote, their quote. So if they ask me and disappear for a month, when they come back, there's no way I'll remember all that conversation. So it's easier if I've like detailed it so well. So now once they've had a look, discussed with the committee or whoever is paying themselves, then they can decide, okay, so we agreed to reduce ABCD. Then it will be easier for you to just look, okay. So are you willing to give us like an example, like just put an example of a quotation that you made? Because like, okay, thinking about it, like from someone who's never done a quotation before. Mtalipa. You will see. Okay, she shall see. So I'm just talking from a point of, like, from someone who, like, from a point of someone who's never done a quotation, let alone even a wedding cake quotation, just a quotation generally. So what does a wedding quotation look like? The one I normally send? Yeah, sure. So thank you so much for watching. So that's it for this one. We will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye. Peace.